will take the rock.
See that rock.
That's our slate today. Our slate today is a rock. Right,
That's
Barney?
our Barney today.
Oh, look at that cutie. Oh, hello, Barney.
Barney, the wonder dog.
The wondrous dog there is. Let's go, bud. Yes. Oh, he's just being a cutie pie today. Yeah, there was. We were laying in bed this morning, and he just gets up in bed after we both kind of wake up, and he doesn't sleep in the bed because I'm not a savage. I'm just kidding. No, neither of us will sleep if he's in the bed. So in the morning he comes in the bed, and he went back to sleep, and he laid in a way where his breath was against my arm, and I was just like, oh, this is just such a perfect little moment with Barney. He's come a long way. Like, he had so much anxiety when I first got him, and he's just turned into a chill-ass fucking dog. He's like, he wants to be part of the pack. So, I've had a bunch of dogs growing up, but for a short period of time, my friend Shane was homeless, so his dog Deuce came and stayed with us. And Deuce, this was a black lab, and he was a pretty fucking great dog. My brother kind of took him under his wing. He became Matt's dog for a little while Shane was having his problems. And it became a little dramatic because after a while Shane wanted Deuce back, so he just took him back. And
a life of borrowed things.
Yeah, and my brother was heartbroken. But when I knew... So when I knew that Deuce was completely bonded to my brother, we were on a hike over kind of near the Dominator. So, that part of the world is like cliffy. Like, it's, there's cliff tops and then there's the bottom. And for whatever reason, at the beginning of the hike, and I'll probably tell this story again if we go and do this hike, half of us stayed up top and half of us went down to the bottom because we knew that there was another trail down. And again, for whatever reason, Deuce stayed with the group up top, which I was part of the group. And, so we're on Rattlesnake Trail at Griffith Park.
The return to Rattlesnake Trail. Oh, are we going to see a rattlesnake on this trail?
Probably not. Even though it's named Rattlesnake Trail, this is such a popular trail. I think fucking the rattlers avoid it as much as possible. Yeah, Barney just peed on the signpost for the rattlesnakes.
Lean in, Sean.
Yes, me and Hillary Clinton. No, it wasn't Hillary Clinton, was it? Who's the lean in book? But it is about lady leaders, right?
Oh, we're going to do a little video.
Yeah. MindWalk! Barney.
It wasn't Hillary. It was actually Trump.
Wrote the book Lean In?
Oh, I thought you were talking about this Trump 2020 with Trump scratched out both diagonally and horizontally on the sign that says caution, wildlife habitat, dangerous animals may be present, including mountain lions and rattlesnakes. For info, call Park Rangers 323-913-7390. Hey, call 323-913-7390 and tell them about MindWalk. Tell them, I was on the trail and there were these MindWalkers, and they were ferocious.
Yes,
they were wild.
Report us. And so Deuce is going along on the top trail, and my brother's on the bottom trail, and being fucking whatever dudes in our early 20s. There's probably like 9 or 10 of us in the Brian Carhart, and fucking maybe Joe.
Oh, look at this.
Benitez.
Look at this. Sorry to interrupt you, but look at this Griffith Park map.
Yeah.
That we've got here. This is the real map of Griffith Park. It's a hand-drawn. It has kind of like a feeling of a zine almost. Would you say?
Yeah. Well, you can take a picture of it, right?
Yeah, of course. And like
so here we are.
An album cover. Oh, and here's like this lady who's just naked, laying on the horse pipe. Do not go here if you have mind madness. A police bury you alive.
This is great.
And then there's one of the biggest heads on here is this clearly horned and bearded individual. The Dennis Killing Grounds, Dennis Farrell spirit poses many resident life here in cave.
Oh, look, and the DF last seen here. Dennis Farrell last seen here.
So is this like the Dennis Farrell map of
Griffith Park? Yeah, and also like it goes back to the 50s. So maybe this, I mean, I know for a fact, I mean, does it have the cruisy part of the... Oh, use hidden tunnel under park. So there's a demon scene in here.
Maked pregnant. The Nexus. Oh, and look! Here's a middle finger on a fucking dripping penis.
Yeah.
And it says, golf, who care? So the hiking golf connection there again.
Yeah, this is great.
Many animal bones here use shovel to get to B Rock. 1:01 a.m.
Toyon Trail or whatever. Tunnel might not exist all way. So I guess there's a tunnel over here near where we're at. I think I feel like they're like I think right here.
Right here is what?
The tunnel. Yeah.
And there's a rubber face man walk here.
Yeah.
I feel like we've seen the rubber face man before.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Chud type lifing here danger. Cement man in here. There might be dead bodies around.
Secret way under park.
I mean, this thing just keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Sex crime, sex crime, sex crime, sex crime, sex crime. Man life in house, do stock. This is an amazing piece of map. I want to get this like blown up
full
and
size.
On my wall.
Yeah, full
We're
size.
We're going to get a big picture of this guy.
I also think it's one of those things where I bet you, I don't know, there's got to be, it feels like a real artist, like a, right, Barney? Oh, yeah. He's tired. Barney's ready to take any, get rich all of a sudden.
Well, that might be related to it. Oh, I think so, because look, it's got some art on it. So
yeah.
let's read this. To got very rich in you health, on life do not go to Griffith Park, since you can get talked to river by entities. I am guardian of park, and now what I am talk to you about. A man with a rubber face do likes to watching and try catched some to bring to river. Do not be he victim. You always think yo is very
macho
in LA, but you really just lightweight weakling not know how. Oh, the paper is torn, can't read it. Shut, so read this be dare or loose, you life be gets catched by six. Will I am not how you mouth, and that's all we can decipher.
Right. It looks like he's got, whoever this is has a whole thing where he stickers it, and then somebody rips off the sticker, and he comes and puts another wheat paste poster.
I love it.
Yeah. It's groovy. And the art's good. You all right, bud? Oh, who's a good Barney? Who's a good boy? You're never looking forward to the hike, but you know you'll have fun.
That's definitely inspirational.
Right?
I feel like I could make some art.
Well,
and then post it around like that, just give something people to read. Like, what is this wacky thing? Definitely that language that was used, the sort of intentionally kind of not right English.
Yeah, there's a word for it. It's like folk vernacular.
I love that kind of thing. You see, if there's just like one little mistake, I don't really go for it. I want to correct it. But if there's many mistakes, then it's a mood for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a small divergence here, and Sean just like a magnet was like, gotta go see it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's the back of Travel Town. And there's a trail up here. Yeah, this is the way. We were on the top with Deuce, like 4 or 5 of us, and then 4 or 5 were down so we were at the top of the cliff and they were at the bottom of the cliff. And, being the jackasses that we are as kids, they started yelling for Deuce. And I think Deuce heard my brother's voice and was like, oh shit, I gotta go rescue fucking Matt. And he runs to the edge of the cliff and fucking realizes it's a cliff, fucking turns around, kind of tries to claw his way back up. It seemed like he kind of jumped and then he went over the edge. Now we heard, oh my God, no. And we yelled down and they said, we're like, oh my God, is he okay? Is he okay? And they're like, oh my God, he's okay. Brian caught him. So as Deuce was coming off the cliff, we just skipped that little corner. Brian caught him. I guess Deuce immediately took a piss, took a shit, and then took another piss. Like, he was really freaked out. And kind of the rest of the day, he was like, he was definitely the hero for the day, for sure. But the rest of the day, he kind of was going like, oh man, that was crazy. Just had a look on his face like, oh fuck. So that's the main story of Deuce. He's a great dog. He was addicted to ball. You couldn't even say the word ball without him like freaking out and looking at the drawer where the ball was. He's a good dog.
You're taking us up a steep path today.
Yeah.
I mean, we know, having gone up here before on the side road.
Yeah.
We know it's a tough hike up there.
Yep.
If we use the roads, it's a bit easier.
Yep.
And you're like, fuck that.
Well, but this also seems like a real path. Where before we were just taking...
I'm just surprised because I know you're coming into this one tired. I thought you would maybe...
take it a little easy.
Easy-ish. I mean, it's a tough enough trail.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, I'm feeling really like energized by all these hikes. Feeling and you know me, I'm always going to want to break new territory. But
I'm just being grumpy because we've got a long bit of hiking ahead of us.
It's true.
We were planning to do
3 hours.
Some back-to-back shit.
Yeah, look at that though. Here's a bird's eye view of Travel Town.
Yeah. Travel Town on one side, Horse Ranch on the other. It's almost like there's some kind of relation between the two. I can't put my finger on how these things are related.
Have you ever been to the Pacific Dining Car restaurant in downtown?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get a shot of these Travel Town. Travel Town picture. Yeah, I guess you can kind of see Travel Town. You can't really see all the trains, but fuck it. You get to see what we see. And we'll get the horses. Got some folks working over there. Getting the job done. And we go over the freeway. We got the horses. Horse. Car.
Yes.
Train.
And horses and trains. And it's almost like a little layer, a palimpsest of all the layers of the history of Los Angeles. The river, the freeway, the horses, the trains, the bikes, the hikers, the runners.
All the travels
the
together.
Cars. Yeah. The 5, the LA River.
And the car's in the middle, Sean.
What's that?
The car's in the middle.
The car's in the middle, yeah. It's like a sandwich with horses on one as one piece of bread and trains as the other piece of bread and cars and river as the meat.
And then there's also us hiking the walk is also adjacent.
It's like the sesame seeds. And then also the people riding their bikes is like a layer of mayo.
Yeah.
Like a little thin...
Transportation sandwich.
It is a transportation sandwich. Yum.
With one slice of dog.
Just a little dollop of Barney. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Ah, go.
So the Pacific Dining Car.
Yes.
I've been there before.
Yes.
I've been there a couple times. I definitely had a steak there with Grandpa a couple of times.
Feels like a grandpa steak kind of place. It's open 24 hours or something like that, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we have to go there.
Oh, yeah. So I had my first baseball steak there, or softball steak. Can't remember, but it was basically an orbital steak. Delicious. Very expensive. But I think it's the same kind of car as those trains down there. Just, I don't know, modified to be a little bit wider.
I feel like the Pacific Dining Car and Carney's need to have a love child.
Yes, yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Carney's is a chili burger place that's built inside of trains.
Yeah.
Old trains. Not that old, but...
Well, while I like the idea of a train-themed restaurant, it definitely feels like a thing for an 8-year-old boy.
Feels like a what?
A thing for an 8-year-old boy.
Oh, I disagree. You're thinking like choo-choo train.
Yeah.
But have you been to Carney's lately?
Yeah. It's fine.
The mood is still great.
Yeah.
The mood is still great. It doesn't feel like they're just catering to kids. It just feels like a neat... You get to see the railroad crossing sign, and you get to see some pictures of old LA in there.
Yeah.
And it's a weird memorial because it's also like, well, I guess trains, though we still have operating trains. But because we've become a car nation.
Carnation.
And the trains that exist still very much feel like old technology.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are.
It's like
I was going to say...
But that's good. The comparison I'm making is like to medieval times.
Right, yeah. So, because of that, it feels a bit old-timey, old-trainy.
I mean, literally.
Now, we don't have bullet trains. If we had bullet trains, we'd have new train technology. But instead, it feels like you're doing a blast from the past kind of thing.
Literal steampunk. I mean, this ridge keeps on going. I'm inclined to keep following it.
There's the LA River that we hiked in.
Yep.
Oh, and there's the Burbank Western Channel.
Huh?
Right over there. That's the Burbank Western Channel. It's got to be.
That. Yeah. We came down that. We went under that bridge. We went all the way up it. And then, conceivably, if we continue up the LA River, we can get to the Sepulveda Dam.
So there's the LA River. And then we walked along that on the second episode, last Tuesday's episode of MindWalk.
Yeah.
And then there's the Burbank Western Channel that we walked through.
Yeah.
And there's the horses that we saw on a recent MindWalk.
Yeah.
From last week also. There's the freeway, damn you cars, no, stop making noise. Sunday traffic not as bad, but still.
It's relentless.
And then here's Griffith Park.
Yep.
So there's a lot of hiking that we're doing around here, a lot of mind walking we're doing around here.
And there's the moon.
There's the moon.
moon.
The moon is still out. And this camera isn't in no way ever going to focus on it, but there it is anyway.
Yeah.
And there's Sean's profile, and there's his face.
And there's the river.
Yes.
The beautiful LA River, full of shopping carts. And yeah, I think so. If we do an episode where it's just the LA River, we can just decide like to start at 9 in the morning and not finish, like park one car here, park another car at Sepulveda Dam, just make it a multi-episode walk up the river.
Yeah, we can do that because we've talked about doing these long episodes, and we still will.
Yeah.
But if we decide we want to do the LA River, that could be a whole week of episodes.
Yeah.
We're just going to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to break it down.
Well, and I think if we are diligent and start in the morning and pack ourselves some snacks and water, we can definitely walk from basically the 5 to the 405. The length of the main part of the valley, which is probably about 12 miles, something like that. But I think we could definitely do it in one big epic day. We'd have to be kind of mindful of like pulling up off the river if there's not a passable place.
Right.
And walk in the streets.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
And just make sure that here's the thing. In the modern world, in a city with cell phones, we get in trouble, we could fucking call an Uber.
The river is even part of the transportation sandwich.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, originally there was, I think, but that's what my theory is, that the reason all of these things are here is because of the river. The reason everything comes this way around the mountains is because, why didn't you want to go down that path?
I do. I just saw that there was like a view here.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of just wanted to get the overlook.
Yeah.
It's not much of an overlook, but we can see into one of the Griffith Park valleys. That was really it.
Yeah.
I think I'm attracted to, when I see the high point, it's like I want to get on it and just see what I can see, just get whatever that perspective is.
Yeah.
So I saw the steep drop off, and I said, oh, might as well just take a peek.
So yesterday when
So you like getting the lay of the land by going on the trail. I like getting the lay of the land by getting to the top of the place and just being like, okay, what's the whole picture here?
So that's the section I walked yesterday
of
the river.
Barney, what are you doing under the cactus there?
He's fucking being a little fucking Barney. He's being a little
Hey, Barney!
Weirdo. Come on, bud. Being a little weirdo. The paddle cactus. It's so funny because it's like the difference between views on a video game. I don't play very many video games, and I get the whole bird's eye view to kind of orient you in place, but it always gave me like a little bit of vertigo to try to like orient in two different planes to be like
oh, you mean all along the Z-axis?
Yeah, well, yeah, along the POV axis and then along the Z-axis, having both of those available kind of fucked up the map in my head. Does that make sense?
Not really.
Yeah, so
I mean, I'm hearing you, but it I don't think I have a bit of height fright for sure. If I'm too close to an edge, I definitely am like, I got to start walking real carefully here. But I don't think I've ever had vertigo, so I don't quite
know what
you mean. And also, if I may be so bold, we're in POV all the time.
Yeah,
like we're in POV right now. And now I know it's different when you're looking at a screen and the screen is in POV, but yeah, I'm not sure how it like fucks up the map to be in POV and also looking vertically.
So what it did is like having the split focus made it harder for me to like orient myself to let's say magnetic north in games. And I think it's probably one of the reasons I'm not too into video games, because like when like here, like I don't know what shape this trail is going to take, but I know I have a feeling that where we need to get back to is over there, right? Just like I have a guide point, an orientation point that is, I just need to get back to that way. But it has to do with, the position of the sun and kind of like where I've gone. So
But when you look ahead here, doesn't that give you a sense of exactly what the trail is going to look like, or somewhat? I mean, because you can see the shape of the ridge.
Somewhat, but then
and we can assume if we keep walking along the ridge that we'll have an idea of at least how much net vertical gain there's going to be, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yes, for sure. But I'd say like when you show me the shape of one of our hikes afterwards, Barney the bushwhacker, whacking them bushes. I'm always a little bit like, I don't remember making so many twists and turns. Not that it always feels like a straight line, but it kind of feels a little bit more like a straight line when you're in POV mode. Well, this is a tricky trail. And I'm seeing boot prints, so I know people use it. And of course, Barney is having so much fun. He's like shaming us with his ability to just easily traverse the trail.
Well, you can get on all fours.
That's true. And at a certain point, I will.
The trail is also a lot wider for Barney.
Yeah.
Because Barney is smaller.
But I'm digging it because it's literally a trail I've never been on in my whole life before. And I'm sure we will join some trail that one or the other of us have, or both of us have done. Oh, I wanted to say like the map didn't include the cruisy part of Griffith Park, which is kind of over by the observatory. With all the sex crimes it marked. Yeah, I agree. I also kind of don't mind doing the difficult thing first.
No, you see, you call it difficult. And it is difficult of a certain kind. But it's like the Dominator. You like this kind of stilted, it can't quite walk.
Yeah.
Kind of, whereas I want to build up a head of steam.
Well, we do.
I want to be going boom, 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 boom.
We had steam on the uphill.
No, this isn't a head of steam for me.
No.
Not for me.
I'm saying on the uphill. It was like we could really work up a sweat.
I didn't feel it.
Okay.
I didn't feel it.
Oh, down here.
It was hard. I guess we got a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's
we'll
it's a bit of a narrow, dicey trail.
We'll get on a trail soon.
And
so try around. Oh, maybe it's down through.
The problem I'm having, Sean, is expectations. I'm thinking we're going to Griffith. I'm like, oh, we're going to knock out this hike. And I'm thinking, oh, we're going to walk around and we're going to go around the mountains and we're going to have that kind of thing. And then as soon as we start, just hard left, and now we're doing this shit. I'm like, this is not what I wanted to fucking do.
Yeah, well,
it's not what I wanted to do. I'm exaggerating a bit but I'm also fucking tired. I was thinking, oh, I got to go and do this goddamn, be on set for the whole week. I'm going to get in some wonderful hiking beforehand. It's going to be so great. And now we're doing this. I'm just feeling,
No, I get it. And I'm hoping that we just meet. I thought we would meet a main trail. We kind of did. And then I bypassed it.
I know you think, but but it doesn't always happen that way.
We passed it. We passed it. No, I know. We passed it. And I'm like, now let's get back to it. I think we need to
I'm
go
just
back
venting my frustration. Because I want to let go of my frustration. So good. I'm venting it so I can
give
just
it the air.
Let it out, and then it'll be chill. Yeah. But I had to say it. I had to let my locomotive steam out so it was known. So you heard it.
Okay.
And now let's get back to it.
Yeah. Now that we've had a moment of... I wonder if this pipe is on purpose there. I mean, they could follow along and join us on this hike at any moment. Just get in their car and go to Griffith Park. Go to the map point. And I love that the map will just map wherever we actually walk. It doesn't take...
Sean, my backpack got caught. Okay, we're okay.
You're like, I'm going to die in the forest.
I thought it was my hat that got caught, but then I realized my sombrero was actually on my head and not over my back. So that couldn't have been it.
Oh, shit! Holy schmoly!
An antler!
This is why we came down this trail.
Oh, I knew you were going to say some nonsense like that.
This is it. Hold
on, let's get a look at it.
I was led to this.
I knew you were going to be like, this is the reason it was all worth it just for this broken antler. Wasn't it, folks? I'm feeling just all videos today.
Yes, Video Sunday.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hold still, goddammit! This is about the antler.
Oh.
Look at that pretty boy. Yeah, rotate it around. Yeah.
Now I can do some kind of shamanic ceremony.
Oh, that's right. You were saying that when you hold things up above your head, you start to cough.
Yeah, no, that's especially with the sun out. That's weird. Like I didn't even really realize that it was happening.
A little more Barney.
Okay, so let's see how.
Let me get a photo of it though.
Yeah.
One more time, for the grams. We got everything we need.
Yeah, we're set. There's your bonus shit, bitches.
These photos and videos, they'll be attached to the MP3 on the upload. And once it gets broken off into the Patreon, it'll be in a separate post.
There's your bonus.
Meaning, once the tier structure starts. All this free shit, it's not going to be free forever, Sean.
Nope. We got to part of it is like, help us build our dream. Help us be the guys who hike and walk for a living. I mean, there's,
we'll put in the time. If you reward us, we'll put in the time. And we might even put in the time if you don't reward us. But what I'm saying is we're putting in the time.
So this is an official trail.
It's got a log and everything.
Yeah.
An abutted log. These pipes just run all through this area.
Well, yeah, this is a water district, right? So this is Griffith and Mulholland were the water guys. So they own these properties so that they could bring water to Los Angeles.
Griffith was named Griffith?
Griffith.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like a cartoon name.
Yeah, well, he's definitely an evil supervillain because I told you the reason we have Griffith Park is because he admitted to attempting to murder his wife, his beloved.
And so it's William S. Burroughs all over again.
Yeah. And didn't want to serve any time. And so he gave the city of Los Angeles this park.
This is why divorce should be easy to do.
Yes.
I mean, really.
Yeah. Well,
so people don't murder each other.
We got the beats from not Linda Vollmer. What was her name? From Burroughs' deceased wife. We get beat and the cut up method. And from Griffith. And and obviously Burroughs was struggling with his sexuality. So getting a Mexican divorce was in a way a kind of a coming out party.
Is a Mexican divorce literally murdering your spouse?
I think it should be that way now.
Is that what you're calling it?
I think that's...
There you go. Bring in the Mexicans into it again.
Well, no, it's you go to Mexico because you can get away with shit by buying off the... Well, now America is that country. It's an American divorce now.
Well, it reminds me of the Irish goodbye.
Yeah.
Because, as I learned in linguistics, it's like there's the Irish goodbye, but then there's also the French exit. Basically, every culture has their own, rude version of goodbye that they label on someone else. See what I mean?
Yes.
So it has less to do with the Irish or the French actually being like that,
and more to do with just
othering.
Yeah, the person who the kind of people they think are shitty.
Yeah.
But as an Irish person that's fond of an Irish goodbye, I don't mind the moniker. It's like, yep, I'm doing that shit. That's who I am. I don't want to fucking one of my favorite things to do during a party is go and say hi to everybody and make a big deal. Oh my God, so good to see you. And then have a drink, maybe not even alcoholic, and then just start saying goodbye to everybody. Just go in, say hello, stay a beat, and then then leave. It's a delightful way to go to a party. Then it makes.
But that's not an Irish goodbye at all.
No, but I'm saying
that's like the opposite of an Irish goodbye.
That's the opposite. But that's to me party performative mode. Like everybody's gonna see me, everybody's gonna know who I am, know that I'm there. I'm gonna give a little impression to every single person. They're gonna get the goodbye. Didn't you just get here? Yeah, I got another thing to go to. So both.
So why is that?
Got a unicycler.
Whoa.
Almost like a competitive unicycler.
Yeah, that guy. I like that guy.
Yeah.
I like that guy because normally when you see a unicycler, I don't know, I would see them in San Francisco, or you'd see someone on a penny farthing.
Hey, don't go over there. Yeah.
And you got the sense that there was just there was an irony to it and a hey, look at me to it.
Yeah.
Whereas that guy was dressed out. He just looked like he was working out.
Yeah.
And it was a big wheel too.
Yeah.
I think the smaller wheels are... Well, I guess big wheels are fun and for show.
Yeah.
But the smaller wheels... I wonder if they're easier or harder. I'm guessing the bigger wheels are a little easier.
Yeah. It feels like the whole penny farthing thing where it's you get a little more. You can get a little more power because the wheel's a little bit bigger, so the turn rotation is amplified.
You might also have more point of contact on the ground.
Yeah,
because the curve is.
Well, I think I've seen either that guy or another guy. Maybe I haven't seen the green wheel guy.
You get more point of contact on the ground. Maybe not. I guess you get less contact on the ground as a proportion of the wheel size.
Yeah, it's just going to depend on the width. But I've seen him up on these roads, like, you know, I've seen him huffing, like going like up the trail.
Unicycling up a trail?
Yeah, not up the trail, but like up those mountain roads. And then, and I don't think they're freewheel. I think you have to keep in constant. I think they're like fixies. Maybe not. It might be a freewheel design. But then, how would you brake
on a unicycle?
Yeah, I guess you have to hop
off. I'm sure they've got brakes, right? Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, I don't know. I now I want to have that guy on the podcast and ask him all the unicycle questions.
While walking, we're going to put him out of his element.
Yeah.
Here's a tree stump painted red for some reason.
Maybe to draw people's attention to it so they don't fucking trip over it.
Maybe.
Let's get on the trail, the horse trail here across the street.
We're just getting farther away from the park at this point.
Well, we're actually in the park.
Well, I mean the land of hiking that's over here.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go back. There was a fork in that trail. Oh, look at this. Didn't even notice this. Somebody had a picnic and didn't clean up after themselves.
Or they just threw it out of their car and it blew over here. Bad styrofoam. Ooh, I actually smell some fresh spray paint.
Oh, yeah.
One, two, three. 5 bikers. It's a bikey day.
It's a very bikey day. Yeah, I guess that's the thing about a park is you could just pull over anywhere and enjoy whatever section you're at.
Yep.
Yeah. Unlike a movie theater. You're only allowed to enjoy the section you've paid to enjoy. Whenever I hear jackasses like that, I really want to hear the crash. I know it's sick, but like what is that about? I'm sure it's just about testosterone.
I don't know. Maybe they just like the sound of vroom.
Vroom, 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 vroom.
If it weren't so loud and obnoxious to me, I might be able to enjoy it. Because it's the sound of a machine going.
Yeah.
So it's like, instead of now, by comparison, take, your Teslas and stuff that are designed to be like super quiet.
Yeah.
Now, there's something comforting and quiet about the quiet, but there's also something nice about hearing the machine working, too.
Yeah.
And when all of that's stripped away, it's like almost too comfy, too cozy.
Well, it's like silent machine death. It could come and kill you at any moment. Oh, right here. There's a whole crossroad of trails here that we can survey and decide which way we're going to go.
So I don't want to be guilty of, the middle is the best because it's the middle. But if a car is too loud or too quiet, it's a little annoying to me. I want the car to make some noise, but not tons of noise. But I guess, really, if all cars could make basically no noise, I'd prefer that world.
Yeah.
Because we have too much noise from cars as it is.
Yeah. I'm definitely, I'll say, silence is the sound of a predator. So if we're making machines more quiet, we're making them obsequious and just kind of invisibly part of our lives. And what does that mean? If we're not paying attention to them anymore, what is it that they just become silent parts of our bodies and they're just taking care of us? Didn't we talk about Robot and Frank?
We have talked about Robot and Frank, yeah.
And I think it was on the phone.
Robot and Frank being a film about an old man who gets a robot companion in the not-so-distant future to help take care of him and give him companionship.
Starring Frank Langella as Frank and Robot as Robot. But I guess he was some kind of jewel thief at some point.
Uh-huh.
Is this what?
I think that was his career.
Yeah. And and then they go on and try to do just one more heist.
So robot integration. You're talking about the sleekness of the robot's integration into Frank's life?
Yeah, and that it was just like this, like, oh, well, we don't have time to take care of you, so we're gonna buy this robot because, old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. No, that's not the song I'm thinking of.
I know that song. That song was in a video that my sister and I had made about my grandfather, the same one that we went to the Pacific dining car with.
Look at that.
Sean, hold up.
Okay.
Come.
Oh, yes. Have we already been going?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, it's only been 45 minutes.
Yeah. Whew.
I'd like to do a nice silent mind walk for the predator out there.
Yes. Can you hear us, robots?
We're walking slowly away from you.
I know a Boston Dynamics robot could probably catch us. But I feel like the robot from Robot and Frank couldn't.
If we just stay quiet, they'll never reach us. And then we get onto the robot and eat its mechanical flesh for sustenance.
Oh my god, coolant is like, you can get high from coolant. Shit is awesome.
And then I'm going to wear its head as a helmet. I'm going to hollow out its motherboard brains and just wear the mask and have a robot mask with a glass face, and they'll think I'm a robot, but I'll be the robot and I'll be hunting the robots, and I'll gradually cut off my limbs and graft the hunted robots onto my body, and I'll become better than a robot, and then I'll become the robot, and then I'll hunt you, and then I'll cut off my robot limbs and I'll reattach my human limbs so I can find my humanity again. And I'll just keep going in a circle of being more robot, becoming a human, and then a human becoming a robot.
I mean, that sounds actually like an amazing evolutionary cycle. You get the experience of robot, and you get the experience of human, but then you get to the experience of robot after being human, and human after being robot. And then you get all the cycles of like, well, now I know all the knowledge of human and robot.
Trans-robotist humanist.
Yes. So take a moment to explore your space, to just, if you got a pet, pet it. If you got some water, drink it. If you got a friend, love it. Just be present in your world.
I'm going to have some water.
Yeah. Be engaged. Oh no.
Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome.
I love you, Sean.
I love you, Michael. It's always wonderful to get out, even though we'll do crunchy hikes. It's like the smell of the outdoors, the chirps of the birds.
No, it's good. If it weren't for you, I probably wouldn't be doing half of these crunchy hikes anyway. So,
yeah, it is my weird default mode. I don't know why. I mean, I think probably that's linked to trauma on some level, but it's still a part of who I am.
To be clear, though, when I said if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be doing half of these crunchy hikes, I meant that in a positive way. Like, I'm glad that I'm doing these crunchy hikes because in the long run, it's just building more experience and more things I've seen and more things I've done.
Yeah.
So,
and
again, it is that expectations thing.
Yeah.
Of just, I guess if I really am in the mood for a straight through hike, I should let you know if that's the case.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Then we can negotiate with that in mind, and we could end up doing whatever, however.
I would say, like, it feels to me most of the time, especially like the Inspiration Point. We had no choice. Like, they were like, don't go off the trail, stay on the trail. And the kind of the way it was set up was like, it really wasn't anything off the trail that we could have done anyways.
Well, you could kind of see everything.
Yeah.
I mean, not from the valley. But
also, when you're in the valley, there's really, like, you couldn't go up because it was a slippery, steep, and couldn't go down because it was slippery, steep. But then we did find a way to go off-road at the very end.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So, guys, subscribe to the MindWalk podcast.
Yeah.
Follow MindWalk Pod on social media. We've got a new Patreon tier structure coming up. We're going to have a $1.99 capitalist dystopian nightmare price reduction from $9.99.
Yeah, it's like you're getting it virtually for free,
and you get nothing for it.
And you get nothing for it
because it's the
capitalist dystopian nightmare.
For $5, you can become a trail angel, and then you'll get 5 episodes of MindWalk a week as opposed to the 2 for the trail moochers. Through the end of August, you'll be getting all of them because we want to flex our fucking muscles and show you all how much we can produce.
We can do 12 hours of content a week.
And then for $10 price reduction to become a Barney the Wonder Dog Cadet Club member, then you'll get not only the 5 podcasts, but you'll also get pictures and videos from the hike.
And exclusive access to the Barney the Wonder Dog Instagram account.
Yep.
Yeah.
So much Barney.
So much Barney.
So that's how it's going to be. And then for $100,
you can come on a hike with us.
You can
once
come
a
on
month.
a hike with us. Yep.
I mean, it's a mad crazy level. But if somebody really wants to support us and go on a hike with us, $100 a month. If you got the money,
and you know what, out. You can on that hike. I'm going to say this, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Sean. We can, if you like, put you on a mic and you can be part of the podcast and you can promote your shit if you want to do that, or you can just conversate, or if you want, you can hike with us, and for that $100, we don't even need to be recording anything. If you prefer, we'll go on a hike with you for $100 and it'll just be your personal MindWalk experience just for you. If you want to bring a significant other or something, that's fine. And we'll negotiate. We'll make it work. And we're here in Southern California, so there's I guess there is some limit in terms of distance, right? If they live in Illinois and they give us $100, we can't really go there.
You have to come to Southern California. That's about it.
Or pay our transportation expenses.
Exactly, pay our travel expenses. I was just thinking that if, let's say, we were to get 25, because that's about how many hikes there are a month. 25 $100 a month subscribers.
Would be good.
Yeah, that'd be. Then we'd do those hikes, and then we'd also have to do our regular hikes on top of that. So.
Yeah. So those are our tiers moving forward. Let's continue this mind walk.
Mind walk, yeah. But you should go on your own mind walk. You should, just take a break. Whatever it is you're doing, you go for like just a walk for a half a mile. I know you can do a half a mile. as they say, ain't shit.
Your phone product, which I'm going to presume you have considering you're listening to this, or at least someone in your group does, should have a built-in step counter. You don't even need to download an extra app for it. And I started my modern walking journey with just 5,000 steps a day. The first time I went out, I was winded. I mean, maybe not winded, but I was breathing hard. And I was like, wow, I am really out of shape if I can't do 5,000 steps without... And then that got stabilized very quickly. If you just do 5,000 steps a day, I promise you, you are going to be in so much better shape than you think. Just from that alone. Just from that. Don't overcomplicate it. Get yourself in shape. Don't let them fool you into thinking you need to make it all hard, or that you have to get a gym membership, or that you have to do the program. Just get your 5,000 steps a day. Go on a mind walk with a friend.
Yeah. 5,000 steps in your neighborhood. Or, if you need to drive a little bit to feel safe, Whew.
Sean's falling. He's falling everywhere.
I've fallen, and I can get up.
That's nice, Sean. I had a dream about my parents yesterday.
You did what?
I had a dream of my parents.
Oh, yeah. How were they?
Oh, they were laying into me as usual. They were like, well, look, we've accepted that you have long hair. But they wanted me. They just kept wanting me to, they might have been talking about the Mind Walk specifically, even though I haven't told them about it. But in the dream, they were definitely, just trying to get me to conform, become a normie.
What is
and I was being very, very resistant.
What's in it for them? What's in it for you, for them, for you to have short hair and no beard?
I think one of the things they said in the dream that triggered me was they were talking about my art, and they said, well, you just, I guess, need to find someone who's gonna be really supportive of you. And so if you decide to take up the bagpipes or something, that they're just gonna be there to support you, I guess. And I'm like, fuck it, that's what you need to be. Why are you telling me to go out and find that person? You need to be those people. Parents. Needs a strong word. I don't use it now because I don't feel that way now, but in the dream, that was the feeling that came out. It's like, why are you telling me to go find a patron for my bagpipe playing when you could be the patron for my bagpipe playing?
Yeah. Spend your money.
And indeed, bagpipes was the specific thing.
Spend your money on my art.
Cancel your Netflix subscription and become a MindWalk patron.
Yeah.
You'll get so much more.
Yeah. Yep, this is always the tricky part about going deep. It feels... Oh, shit, there it is. Is that the trail? Is there a trail here, bud?
Hold up.
Okay.
We're gonna get around this prickly branch. Ow.
Well, I think you should learn bagpipe, or at least make a video of yourself like bagpiping to
what?
To whoa. Maybe that's not the trail, is it, buddy?
That?
There is a trail, but I feel like it's an animal trail. Let's turn around. I think that even this trail we're on is an animal trail.
Well, what's our plan? We go back and then...
Start back at the top of Rattlesnake Trail. Or whatever the next one is. Along the line.
Oh, you want to like go back along the ridge we came, basically?
No, go down the street.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we know that that's an established... What about
this, though?
Oh, shit. Yeah, give it a try.
You could split over there. Barney,
out,
I don't want to step on you.
Go, get out of the way.
But part of the dream was just all the cheese I ate from those nachos yesterday.
Yes. It was a cheese dream.
It was a cheese fever dream. A cheeser dream. I have a cheese.
Your subconscious was taking on the form of your parents to make you feel like shit for hurting your body.
Probably. Ooh, this is a tough one, too. Barney does not seem to care. Barney wants to do it. Barney is acting as a little scout. Well,
yeah, he has. He has some scouting energy, for sure.
But we can definitely get back onto it by going down here if you don't mind a little bit of steep stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
What do you say?
I will follow.
This is an animal trail for sure. You can almost see the hoof prints.
Like the hoof prints. Yeah, and I'm not seeing any boot prints like I was on the... That's also probably why Barney's excited about the trail. Because it's like... Animals?
We have found an aluminum can. I'm going to pick up that aluminum can, make it my mission. It's going to be the one today. It's going to be the trash.
Yeah, listeners, pick up one piece of trash today. Just one.
This is a 7-Up can. Cherry.
7-Up cherry. Never had it, never will. That was their ad campaign. Diet 7-Up.
Never had it, never will?
Yeah, talking about calories.
So they were... Oh, never had the calories?
Yeah.
Sean, if you could deposit the can
in your
my pack.
The pale, faded cherry 7-Up can that has been baked in the sun for at least a season. We have joy, we'll have fun. We'll have cherry 7-Up in the sun.
Mind walk. Never had it. Never will.
You can do it, guys. You can mind walk your way out of anything.
This branch is really crunching underfoot. I like it.
Very dry. Very LA. Come on, bud. Barney.
All right. Well, we can cut up here.
I mean, we could give it a try. It'd be interesting if we reached the head of Rattlesnake Trail just as the second timer went off.
That I do not think is going to happen. Not at this rate.
You think we're going to not be there yet?
I do think we're not going to be there yet. Unless we got on the road. If we get on the main road, then we could get back.
Okay, well, let's keep this way. I don't mind. And I'm working up a sweat. I suppose one of the reasons I like this kind of stuff is because it does make it feel like my brain's working a little bit more.
Yeah, what is your brain working on?
Well, like where to put my foot and kind of avoiding some of the brambles and, kind of having to be a little more determined about every single step. And, like when you're on the traditional path, it's just like, well, this is the path.
Oh yeah, but when you get the uphills though, I like the sort of the zen of that. Now there's a zen to this too. The zen of the focus on each step.
Yeah.
But I like the zen of the sort of clear-minded, just like movement. Go, go, go. You're going, you're just stepping. You get tired, you keep stepping. You get tired, you keep stepping, and you just... That sort of flowing is what I get a zen feeling from. Our differences in this area were yin and yin in so many areas and in the hiking. And thankfully, it means that there will be more variety on the hikes.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I'm embracing this right now.
Because
I guess I prefer it to cars. I was like, walk along the road, like, ugh. I don't want to do that.
Oh, good. In the flow chart of hikes, trailblazing / bushwhacking, better than next to the traffic.
For a variety of reasons. When I'm next to the traffic, I'm like, I don't quite feel like I'm really in nature yet. I mean, I know it's all part of nature, but... And I have to deal with the car sounds, which I don't like. And then I have to yell more so you can hear me, which I don't like. Whereas here, I get to smell more smells. I get to hear the nature sounds more, the crunching, the branches.
Yeah, we're actually touching trees right now. It's hard to touch a tree when you're on a road.
All right, well, if we go left, it's gonna... I feel this is definitely the canyon that we climbed up that one time, remember?
Yep.
We could do it again.
Well, that ridge is where the trail is.
If we go up, we know we'll get there.
Yeah.
Because we've done it before.
Yeah.
What do you say we do it again?
Let's do it again. We've done it before, so we can do it again. We can do it again, because we've done it before.
Yes?
I gotta sneeze. Nope. Went away.
We got an oak tree here.
That's just nuts. Oh no, acorn. That's just acorns.
We are the animals now.
I am the animal now.
We have another option too. We could just rent a bulldozer and just plow through this whole thing.
Yeah. We can call a park ranger to rescue us.
Yeah. Barney knows which way to go.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he gets it. He's like, oh, because like the smell of this thing. Well, there he is. And he keeps on coming back to check on us to make sure we're going. And we are. He's really patrolling for us. He's really like finding the trail, checking the back, making sure there's no predators. He knows what he's doing.
Well, we can see our target. It's a ways away, but we can see it.
Come on, Barney.
All right, we have some relatively easy hiking on this side, at least in terms of the amount of interference we're getting from branches and trees.
Come on, bud.
Found another piece of trash I think we should pick up. This is some pretty gruesome stuff.
Come on, buddy.
Gruesome garbage. It's another happy birthday balloon. It's another happy birthday. It's a happy, happy birthday.
Barney. Come on, bud. Where you at?
Well, I'll hold it down here if you need to go patrol for Barney.
Here he comes. I hear him. Over here, come on, buddy. Up here.
Balloon.
Balloon. Look at that. Fucking goddamn Mylar. Actually, I do want to take a little sit. I'm going to go in the shade here.
Sure, mine sit.
Mine sit. My bramble-covered puppy.
So now on our hikes along the ridge, we've seen, well, to tease this Friday's coming switchback, we've seen a death balloon.
Yes.
And now we see the life balloon.
And yesterday I saw it just had the word 18 on it, floating in the river. Or the numerals 18.
I think this is a birthday balloon.
Yeah, it says happy birthday. I can see. Hey, good boy. So, interestingly, we came down this no trail here, but there was a perfectly good trail that we could have taken.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So I went on down the end and we came around those shrubs. But there was a perfectly good trail that we could have taken.
Well, now we know.
Yeah. And it's a real trail. Like, it's like, like, not this fake ass shit that I'm doing right now. I mean, what is a trail? A trail is just the path you use to go through the wilderness.
Well, I think if you're the first person to walk it, it's not a trail yet.
Yeah, but you're blazing it.
Yeah, but it becomes a trail as soon as you've stepped through it. But I guess what I'm saying is, if you take a path through the wilderness, you haven't taken a trail. If it's the first time, you've trailblazed, right?
Yeah,
you can't take the trail until it's a trail. This is the difference I'm making between the path and the trail.
Oh, gotcha. A trail implies usage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be, as you said, an animal trail. That's a whole other thing. Although, hey, we're just animals, so we're making animal trails. And we're eating animal entrails.
At times. I mean, who knows what was in that burger yesterday? Pronto Burger of Gardena. Delicious. Shout out.
This episode not sponsored by Pronto Burger of...
But the energy in our body is sponsored by the nachos and or burgers of Pronto Burger. We are here now because we ate there yesterday.
I don't think we would have survived even if we didn't eat
Probably.
there.
Probably. I mean, at a quantum level, our whole reality would have changed if we didn't go there. So we might not even be here.
I don't know. What would the state of reality be if it was like the eating at the Pronto Burger wouldn't actually change our reality on even the quantum level? It would, like this, it's just such a
non-event
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would that be?
I mean, it's interesting because I did want to bring up my favorite physicist today.
I'd actually, please do.
Hugh Everett III, who was the guy who theorized the many world, not hypothesis, initiative, something like that. MWI, I is the last, many world. Hugh Everett III. I think he was 51 when he died of a heart attack because he was a heavy drinker and a heavy smoker, and he knew the risks. But he also was committing what is now considered quantum suicide because he believed that there was a reality tunnel where he was existing into his old age. So he had quantum death. He died in that reality, in this reality, to be awakened or continue on a path in another quantum reality.
Well, that's quite a bet.
Yeah. So and he was willing to take that risk by living the fullest life that he can. The other super interesting thing about him is his son is the guy E from the band The Eels. Do you know The Eels? Yes.
I don't, but let's keep moving. I want to get to the top of this ridge before this podcast is over.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't know The Eels.
Oh, well, yeah. So he's a musician that's been performing since the 80s, like kind of within a year or two after his father died. And he's very equanimous about his father's death. He sees it as a kind of suicide, just living the biggest, fullest life that he could. But then he also said that his father was a kind and sweet and generous and just amazing man. And if he wanted to live a life of, indulgence, that was his life to live. So it's Hugh Everett III. It's kind of a little bit of tricky, a little bit of it's part of the Schrodinger's cat situation.
Well, at least that's the yarn that he spins.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily believe that because that was his theory of death, that makes his death any more of a Schrodinger situation than someone else's in what I might call the objective reality. But I do find it to be a very compelling narrative. I mean, I hope that he resurrected somewhere else in a different universe. Or, resurrection not being the preferred term here, but,
Quantum,
let me put it this way, Sean.
Incarnation.
Let me put it this way. If his suicide was a quantum suicide by, not speaking of intention, but by result, then wouldn't everyone's suicide be a quantum suicide?
Yeah. I don't think he would make any different claim than that. Well, every death, not suicide, every death could be a possible quantum event, and depending on how you lived your life, would be characterized.
But isn't there a point in which you're dead in all universes?
Well, so I have a theory about that. Imagine, given enough universes and a long enough timeline, that those of us living now in an era where this has been discovered can also live to a point where our consciousnesses can be extended indefinitely, right?
Well, we don't have that yet.
No, but...
Well, I'm saying, is it then... I think I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
My question then becomes, considering we haven't reached that point yet...
Yeah.
And, maybe not everyone is going to have access to that technology anyway.
Uh-huh.
So my point is that are there not some individuals, many individuals, who have experienced death now in all universes?
Sure. Quantum, not just real death. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, this is harder than I thought.
Well, we're walking along the ridge, but we're going straight up it.
Yeah.
I was looking for a place to turn out to the right and cut off a little bit of this vertical, but it looks like we won't get to that for a little bit more still. Don't worry, Sean.
Yeah.
On the quantum hike, we've already taken the trail that's a lot easier. We found that one. So, you're already at the top, Sean.
Whew. Yay. Ah, fuck me. Keep going, bud.
I'll also mention that even in the universes where we figured out how to extend our consciousness indefinitely, that even those systems break down.
Oh, sure.
The machine that helps us or allows us or that we're integrated with and is us, that extends indefinitely our consciousness, can break or be broken or be destroyed or fail temporarily and not be able to start up again.
Yes.
Even if organically we grant ourselves some kind of immortality, that might not be, it might be an immortality from aging, but not from, getting hit by a car or falling off a cliff.
Or madness.
Well, madness, you're still alive.
Yeah. But if we're not conscious beings inside of there, then the consciousness.
Well, I guess I'd liken that to more of a kind of a zombification.
Yeah. But also if you're fully machine, is what kind of consciousness is that?
Well, ask Lieutenant Commander Data.
Yeah.
What kind of consciousness it is to be fully machine. It may be a glorious thing. John, we can make it. Because look at this trail that we found off to the right. Just like I was talking about.
Just like you imagined.
We can cut right through there. We're going to be gravy.
Yeah. I still need to rest. And Barney needs to rest too. How you feeling?
I feel like we got to go. We can make it.
Okay.
We can make it.
Okay.
Especially now that this easier trail has opened up. We got this.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to cut through here.
Yeah, there's a similar one right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you on the other side.
I mean, if the quantum field holds.
We're going to make it. We're going to make it so easy. That only a child can do it. And Barney's taking the middle path.
Is it?
Barney was in a middle path between us for a little bit there. Come on. Hup. Yes. 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 The trail. There it is. There's the trail. There's the trail. There's the trail.
Oh, shit.
There's the trail.
Oh.
There's the trail. There's the trail.
Oh.
We made it back to the trail.
Oh.
Back to the trail.
Fuck me.
We did it. We went on all that divergence and we made it back to the trail. We delivered. As promised, we delivered. We're back, baby. It took us the better part of a mind walk. The best part of a mind walk, but we made it back to the trail.
Yeah. So, how much time do we have until the break?
We have 6 minutes.
Okay, well, I'm going to take that 6 minutes and break here. Oh.
Mindset. Oh. Sean is tired for lack of sleep.
There's that, for sure.
You've stumbled a few times today.
Oh, yeah.
You're a little extra tired today.
Yeah.
Let's pay that some respect.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'd also say one of the weird things I get myself into by deciding I'm just going to go like, let's go down this thing, is I have to obviously extricate myself from it. Mm-hmm. You know, I have to deal with the consequences of the decision I made. And as I was coming up here, I was going like, why did I do this to myself? Falling into these shrubs, dragging poor little Barney, poor little tired Barney. I know there's a horse trough up here, though. He's going to get a nice dip, nice horse trough dip in a minute.
Well, why do you? Let's do it to yourself. What's your answer?
So part of it is like, I know I will stretch myself harder than if I had just decided to do the accepted route. I know that there's always going to be a point at which I'm having to make, some more deeper critical decisions than if I just take the wide path. And, I think it's on some levels what's built my character. Like, I can deal with a lot of difficult shit because I, a lot of times, just choose to deal with the difficult shit. I think it makes me more emotionally resilient, more physically resilient, more spiritually resilient. Cop. You can see him from all the way up here.
We're looking at pretty much the same view that we started from, just with a hill in the way.
Yeah.
We can still see the corner of Traveltown there. We can still see the lovely equestrian center.
But can we see Pasadena? Is that Pasadena right there?
I don't know. What freeway are we looking at?
That's the 5.
That's the 5. And what's the freeway that's further beyond there?
I think that's the 134. No, that's... Oh, wait, I take that back. This is the 134. That's the 5.
I don't think we're quite in Pasadena yet. But maybe we could see
the
it.
210's got to be... Oh, no, the 210's that way. No, yeah, we can't see Pasadena. It's over that way.
We can still see the giant hurtling through space IKEA box.
Yeah.
It really occupies this landscape in a huge way.
Oh, yeah. By design.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was some, Swedish architect sat right on this hill and was like surveying the area and going like, it needs to be 3 stories tall so that we can see it even from Griffith Park.
Now see that antenna over there on that mountain?
Mm-hmm.
See, I see that trail that goes up to it, and I see that as I want to be on that trail. I want to conquer that
I think
trail.
That's the one we did.
What do you mean that's the one we did?
I think that's Wildwood.
You think that's Wildwood?
One of those two is Wildwood. It seems like the bigger one should be Wildwood.
So it starts down there,
yeah.
And then it kind of, maybe
this is all Burbank.
So you're saying I'm looking at the one, I'm saying I want to do it, and then we fucking did it already?
We did it, and we looked from there to here and said, oh, we did that one already.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
That Wildwood Trail, if you want to go in like textbook for what I want in terms of it's a trail, but it's a challenge, like that's kind of feeling that I like.
Yeah. Well, we'll do that next.
I mean, I like a broad trail too. I think it partly started at at Jew Camp, Camp Elanim, Camp Acorn, there was a place called HOB, House of the Book. It was a library, which was built to have no windows because the windows were supposed to be like a distraction for the studying, which it makes for an interesting facade, but like, ugh.
There's only one way to study, and that's to look at a book.
Now, and then, it was all built, it was circular. The building was like cylindrical, so it was built to have no corners.
So it was
for
a
whatever
silo.
Reason. And it did have one window, so you could see the sunrise, so if you were Orthodox, you could daven or what have you. But it was, and an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation was filmed there, and it was not the interior, but the exterior shot of it was the headquarters for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
The Saban building?
The Saban building? No, I'm saying like in the show.
The Japanese, there's a Japanese building. Isn't it? Didn't they?
What I'm telling you is in the American Power Rangers.
Yeah.
The one that was, they used the Japanese footage, but then they brought in the American actors. That when they would be like, and now at the Power Rangers headquarters, they would zoom in. There's just an exterior shot of House of the Book on the hill.
Oh, gotcha.
The interior was whatever the set was, but that was like, this is the location.
Interesting.
Okay.
So when you went there, you were like, oh shit.
Well, I think Power Rangers came out after I started going to that camp. And there's our time.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of MindWalk. It's been a rough one for me, at least.
For me, my first half was rough, at least in terms of my attitude. And then by the second half, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So we just we're carrying each other's burden. I carry the negative energy for a while, then I give it to you. You lead the first half, I lead the second half. Sean usually leads most of the whole thing, but when we get into these tired zones where he's like, I don't know, it's getting hard, then sometimes I'm going, no, let's keep pushing. I'm the emergency, but hey.
Do we want to do a recap?
Yeah, sure.
We found an antler. We talked about the many worlds theory, Hugh Everett III and the eels.
We picked up 2 pieces of trash, a can and a birthday balloon.
Robot and Frank.
And trans robotist humanist.
Oh, yes.
We talked about the transportation sandwich.
Oh, yeah, the transportation sandwich. With a little slick of fucking bicyclers.
We noticed that Barney was the patrol. Barney on patrol.
Barney on patrol.
We sort of clued into this behavior of Barney's to scout the area for us, scout the paths ahead,
guide us a little bit, check on us.
Let's see, what else we got? I know we got so much. We talk about so much, Sean.
Yes.
We'll miss some things.
Which is fine. But thanks for joining us on
MindWalk. Subscribe to MindWalk Podcast, follow MindWalk Pod, and become a patron at patreon.com/MindWalkPod. Or maybe it's patreon.com/MindWalk. I forget. Search for MindWalk Podcast and Patreon. MindWalk!
Bye-bye.
Bye.